Once upon a time, a boy named Hansel and his sister Gretel lived near a dark forest. They were poor and often hungry. One sunny morning, they went to pick berries, but the forest seemed deeper than usual, and the path behind them slowly disappeared. The forest grew quiet. No birds sang. The trees seemed to whisper. Gretel held Hansel's hand tightly. They followed a little rabbit, hoping it would lead them home, but instead, it hopped deeper into the woods. Suddenly, the air smelled sweet, like cake and candy. Their mouths watered. They followed the smell until they saw something magical, a small house made of cookies, chocolate, and shiny candy. Hansel touched a candy cane window frame. It was real. Gretel took a bite of a cookie brick. The taste was warm and sugary. Maybe someone kind lives here, Gretel whispered. They decided to knock. The door creaked open. An old woman with bright eyes smiled. "Hello, children," she said sweetly. "Come inside and eat as much as you want." The smell of hot chocolate filled the air. They stepped inside. The walls were made of gingerbread, the chairs of marshmallows. On the table were pies, cupcakes, and warm bread. Hansel and Gretel ate until their bellies felt round and happy. But then, the old woman's smile changed. "You'll stay here forever," she said softly, locking the door. Hansel and Gretel froze. The candy house suddenly felt less magical and more like a trap. She pushed Hansel into a small cage. "I'll fatten you up," she laughed. Gretel was told to cook and clean. Fear filled the air. Gretel began to wonder, was this sweet-looking woman really a witch? That night, Gretel stayed awake. She saw the witch sharpening a long spoon and whispering strange words. Gretel knew they had to escape before the witch's plan was ready. The next morning, the witch told Hansel, "Show me your finger so I can check if you're plump." But Hansel held out a tiny chicken bone he had found. The witch squinted and frowned. Days passed. Hansel stayed skinny thanks to his trick. The witch grew impatient. "Tomorrow, I will feast, plump or not," she shouted. Gretel's heart raced. This was their last chance to escape. Gretel remembered the witch's oven. It was huge, glowing with heat. The witch told her to check inside. Gretel pretended not to understand. "Like this?" she asked, making the witch bend down. In a flash, Gretel pushed the witch inside and slammed the door. The witch screamed, and then the candy house began to shake. Pieces of chocolate and cookies started falling to the ground. Gretel freed Hansel from the cage. Together, they ran outside. The candy house slowly melted into the earth, leaving only the forest behind. The sweet smell was gone. They found a small bag of gold and jewels hidden under the doorstep. With this, they could buy food and a safe home. They followed the sun, which led them out of the forest. Hansel and Gretel learned that not everything sweet is safe. They promised to always think before trusting strangers. And from then on, they lived happily and wisely, never forgetting the candy house.